Have you ever felt like the waves of life were just too strong, that your faith couldn't stand against the storm? In today's passage, Jesus reminds us that he walks above the very things that frighten us, and all he asks is that we trust him. Let's read Matthew chapter 14, verses 22 to 36. Immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side, while he dismissed the crowd. After he had dismissed them, he went up on a mountainside by himself to pray. Later that night, he was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from land, buffeted by the waves because the wind was against it. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out in fear. "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" And when they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. Then those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." When they had crossed over, they landed at Gennesaret. And when the men of that place recognized Jesus, they sent word to all the surrounding country. People brought all their sick to him and begged him to let the sick just touch the edge of his cloak, and all who touched it were healed. After feeding the 5,000, Jesus sends his disciples ahead and withdraws alone to pray. Even in moments of great ministry, Jesus knew the importance of solitude with the Father. Before the storm appeared on the lake, he was already interceding, showing us that prayer prepares us for what's coming. The disciples' boat was far from shore, and the wind was against them. Sometimes, even when we obey Jesus' command, storms still come. Obedience doesn't always lead to calm waters, but it does lead to his presence. In the darkest hour, just before dawn, Jesus came to them, walking on the lake. He comes to us when hope seems gone, proving that what's over our head is still under his feet. The disciples were terrified, thinking it was a ghost. Fear blinds us from recognizing Jesus in our situation. How often do we mistake his presence for something frightening, simply because he's moving in ways we don't understand? Jesus immediately says, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." Now let's just pause for a second and look at these three simple truths. First, take courage. Strength doesn't come from calm seas, but from his word. Second, it is I. The same I am who spoke to Moses now stands before them. And third, don't be afraid. Because he's here, fear loses its grip. Peter steps out in faith and says, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come." Jesus replies with just one word, "Come." Faith begins with a single step, trusting that his word is stronger than the storm. But when Peter saw the wind, he was afraid and began to sink. When we focus on the storm instead of the Savior, we start to fall. Yet notice, Peter still knew who to call. "Lord, save me." Immediately, not after hesitation, not after judgment. Jesus reaches out his hand and catches him. Even when our faith is small, his grace is greater. He asks, "Why did you doubt?" Not to shame Peter, but to strengthen his trust. When they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. The storm ceases when Jesus is welcomed back into the center of our situation. Those in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." The purpose of the storm was not to drown them, but to deepen their revelation of who he truly is. When they reached Gennesaret, people recognized Jesus and brought their sick to him. Even the touch of his cloak brought healing, a reminder that his power flows to those who reach out in faith. Life's storms will come, winds will blow, fear will rise, but Jesus still walks above the chaos and calls us to trust him, even when the waves look impossible. Faith doesn't mean the storm stops, it means we learn to walk through it, keeping our eyes on the one who never sinks. When you feel overwhelmed, remember Peter's cry, "Lord, save me," because Jesus still reaches out immediately, even today. Ask yourself, am I focused on the storm or on the Savior? Will I stay in the boat of fear or step out in faith when Jesus says come? If this message lifted your faith today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, so others may also be reminded to keep their eyes on Jesus. God bless you.